The power of sacrificial giving. It takes sacrifice for someone to make sure that the sun sets at its time. It takes sacrifice for someone like God to make sure that the moon sets at its time. So sacrifice in the sight of God is important. And God does not joke with sacrifice. In this season, all you need to do to get into the abundance of God is sacrifice. Sacrifice brings about life. Sacrifice takes you into a place of life. When you engage in sacrificial giving, you engage in life. Anytime we engage in sacrificial giving, things that you have can never cease, nor can never fail. Every man that engages in sacrificial giving becomes too dangerous to the enemy. Sacrifice makes you dangerous to the enemy. We become rugged to be rooted when we engage in sacrificial giving. We become rugged to be rooted. Every man and woman that engage in sacrifice, you can't uproot them. So every believer, sacrifice is what you must engage in. It's beyond your giving. It's a thing that is beyond your normal church offering. Sacrifice must be something that will cost you. And God appeared before Solomon at night. He said, Solomon, what do you want? What is the essence of this sacrifice? So every sacrifice that is well carried out, there must be something that you desire of the Lord. Bible says, he said, I have not called the sons of Jacob to do what? To serve. So anytime you offer sacrifice, God must appear to you to ask you, what is the problem? And sacrifice is what we do that stretch us. Sacrifice stretch us in order for us to spread. When you sacrifice should stretch you. Should stretch you. And when it stretches you, it spreads you. Because someone said that once you don't, anything you do that does not stretch you can never spread you. Sacrificial giving has a preservative power. Sacrificial giving has a preservative power. How? The Bible speaking, it said, gather unto me my sons that have made sacrifice with me. When we engage in sacrifice, our life is being preserved. Our life is being preserved. Look at the life of David. David, nothing happens to David. Why? Because David engaged in sacrifice. David will do small funny thing. We sin against God. The next thing, he will go and offer sacrifice. He will go and offer sacrifice. So sacrifice, sacrificial giving, more especially into the kingdom of God, has the potential to preserve your life. No man gives to God and fail. Even though you look as if you are failing now, it's testing you into your success. There's no failure in God. Am I speaking? There's no what? There's no failure in God. So anytime you give to God, you open a source of preservation for you and your family. What are the benefits of sacrifice? One, sacrificial giving store up heavenly riches for us. When we engage in sacrificial giving, we store up an heavenly riches. So before the end of this year, what are you planning to give to God? What are you sacrificing in 2023? What will you be doing? What are the sacrifices that you want to engage in? What are the things that you want to engage? Don't let your 2023 be like 2022. Every believer that is not engaging in sacrificial life or sacrificial giving, you're not a believer. Because that is why you're called a believer. Sacrifice. If man can do all to increase their standard of living, why can't you do all to increase your standard of giving?